We've all been there. That feeling deep down that something isn't quite right. It's an instinct, a gut reaction that tells us to be cautious. Your friend telling you about their weekend, but something feels off. Maybe it's the way they avoid eye contact or the inconsistencies in their story. A colleague explaining a project delay, but their eyes dart nervously. Their body language betrays them, revealing more than their words ever could. Lies, big or small, permeate our daily lives. From white lies meant to spare feelings to more significant deceptions that can have serious consequences. Learning to spot them isn't about becoming suspicious cynics, but about protecting ourselves and seeking truth. Think about it. In a world where information is power, knowing the truth is essential. From personal relationships to professional negotiations, our decisions are based on the information we receive. Accurate information helps us make better choices. If that information is built on lies, the foundation crumbles. Decisions made on false premises can lead to disastrous outcomes. Relationships fracture, trust erodes, and we're left questioning everything. The damage caused by deception can be long-lasting and profound. By becoming better lie detectors, we empower ourselves to make informed choices, build stronger connections, and navigate the world with confidence. It's about enhancing our ability to discern truth from falsehood. The good news is, lie detection isn't some mystical art reserved for spies and detectives. It's a skill that anyone can develop with practice and awareness. We all possess an innate ability to sense deception, a product of centuries of social evolution. This instinct has helped humans survive and thrive in complex social environments. By understanding the subtle cues and signals liars unintentionally reveal, we can sharpen this skill and become more discerning judges of truth. These cues can be as simple as a fleeting facial expression or a change in tone. So buckle up, because we're about to embark on a fascinating journey into the world of lies, deceit, and the art of spotting them. Together, we'll explore techniques and strategies to help you become a more astute observer of human behavior. Let's start with the spoken word. The way people speak can reveal a lot about their honesty. While liars can script their stories, they often trip up in the details. They might rehearse their main points, but the smaller elements can give them away. Inconsistencies are a major red flag. If the story changes or certain details don't match up, it's a sign something might be off. Listen carefully to the timeline of events, the characters involved, and any repeated information. Are they consistent with what was said before? Does it all add up? Or are there gaps and contradictions? A truthful story usually fits together like a well-made puzzle. Another telltale sign is the use of overly formal language. Liars often think that sounding more formal makes them seem more credible. When people are lying, they often become more conscious of their speech, trying to sound credible. This can lead to exaggerated hand gestures or overly precise language. This can manifest as stiff, unnatural sentence structures or avoiding contractions like can't and won't. They might say cannot instead of can't to sound more convincing. Pay attention to any deviations from their usual speaking style. If someone normally speaks casually but suddenly becomes very formal, it could be a sign of deception. Liars also tend to be evasive. They might avoid answering direct questions or give responses that are vague and non-committal. They may dodge direct questions, provide vague answers, or change the subject entirely. This is often a tactic to avoid getting caught in a lie. They might offer too much information, overwhelming you with irrelevant details to distract from the lie. This can make it harder for you to focus on the inconsistencies. Be wary of anyone who seems reluctant to answer directly or goes off on tangents. These diversions are often used to buy time or shift attention away from the lie. Finally, liars often lack conviction in their own stories. They might not fully believe what they're saying, and it shows. They might hesitate before answering, speak in a higher pitch, or clear their throat frequently. These are signs of nervousness and uncertainty. They may avoid eye contact or fidget nervously. These nonverbal cues can be just as telling as the words they use. While these cues alone aren't conclusive, when combined with other verbal and nonverbal signals, they paint a clearer picture of deception. Always consider the context and look for multiple signs before drawing conclusions. Now let's delve into the fascinating world of nonverbal communication. This realm is rich with subtle signals that our bodies emit, often without our conscious awareness. Our bodies often betray us, leaking subtle cues that reveal our true emotions. These cues can be as small as a twitch of the hand or a shift in posture. Liars, despite their best efforts, are no exception. They might try to mask their true feelings, but their bodies often give them away. One of the most telling signs is micro-expressions. These are brief, involuntary facial expressions that occur when a person is trying to conceal an emotion. These fleeting facial expressions, lasting only a fraction of a second, reveal suppressed emotions like fear, guilt, or contempt. They are incredibly difficult to fake and can be a window into a person's true feelings. Pay close attention to the eyes. The eyes are often referred to as the windows to the soul, and for good reason. Liars may blink more frequently, avoid eye contact, or stare excessively in an attempt to appear truthful. These behaviors can indicate that someone is uncomfortable or trying to hide something. They might also cover their mouth or touch their nose, as if trying to conceal their words. These actions can be subconscious attempts to block the lie from escaping. These gestures are often subconscious, revealing their discomfort with the lie. The body has a way of expressing what the mind is trying to hide. Another area to observe is posture and gestures. The way a person holds themselves can speak volumes about their state of mind. Liars often become physically withdrawn, hunching their shoulders or crossing their arms as if to create a barrier. This defensive posture can be a sign that they are feeling threatened or anxious. They might fidget with objects, tap their feet, or shift their weight, betraying their anxiety. These small movements can be telltale signs of nervousness or discomfort. On the other hand, some liars overcompensate, becoming overly animated and using exaggerated gestures in an attempt to appear convincing. This can be a red flag that they are trying too hard to sell their story. Remember, body language is highly contextual. The same gesture can mean different things in different situations. What might be a sign of deception in one situation could be perfectly normal in another. It's important to consider the context and the individual's baseline behavior. Consider the person's baseline behavior, their usual mannerisms, and the specific context to avoid misinterpretations. By doing so, you can more accurately read the nonverbal cues and understand what they might be trying to hide.